intro, the first one of the new one. So we're back with Empyrion. Got bored of Aelith, wanted to say adieu to it. Took me all of 10 seconds to come up with that one, but that's what this planet's called, Adaeeure, or that's what we're going to call it anyway. It's the third of the starter planets. I've dropped with normal settings, everything's bog standard except for keep toolbar on death, and I've got the CPU limit on, which essentially just means that my vehicle won't work unless I have a full CPU, otherwise it'll like parts of it won't work. If you don't have full CPU processing power for what you need for all your equipment, etc., it won't work. So it just adds a little bit more I guess structure to the game, because it means you can't just sort of jump ahead. You can't just sort of throw down everything you find onto like a vehicle, because you've got to be crafting the CPU extenders and getting for those you need the fancy resources. So, but we're going to abort that because again we don't want to do the storyline. We just want to explore the planet. Let's grab our gear. Let's get rid of those because I just don't need those. Nice start with a gun. Don't know why I was going to put that in the hotbar. Scanner. I still don't know. Sorry, that's the detector, isn't it? Yeah, I still don't know why you really still have the ore scanner, because it doesn't. All of the ores that you used to use the ore scanner for are now the same as all of the normal ores, so it just seems completely pointless. But anyway, let us get underway. I don't know whether I've got the audio set up right for this, so I might have a fiddle around and see whether I can get more of the ambient music, like in the background playing, without... Because the problem is, there's like 3 audio settings, and if I have them up too high, you can't hear my voice over things when I'm doing like that. Which is mildly irritating, and obviously I can work around that by just not speaking when I do that, but it would be nice to just have a better balance of audio. But as I've previously said, I'm not really doing this other than a passion. Not even really a passion, I just find it fun. It's a fun little hobby. Keeps me sane whilst also doing my dissertation. So yeah, I'm not really doing this with any understanding or logic or intellect. I'm just sort of hitting record and playing, and then cutting stuff up and putting it on YouTube. That's the extent of my creative process. So yeah, sometimes these videos come out alright, sometimes they don't. That's the of this. I don't even know whether you heard that, because that was a huge crumbling noise. But we'll find out when we come back to review it. But as I said, this is the third planet, third of the 4 starter planets. It's got breathable oxygen, so I don't have the same issue I had on Aelith, where I needed to get O2 down straight away. It's massively lush with vegetation. There's plant protein and plant fibers and just trees and water everywhere. It gets real swampy out towards... Well, we'll get there eventually. There's a little bit of water down there. I imagine all around here it's going to get real swampy, but this probably I haven't spawned on the 4th planet yet, but this is definitely my favourite of the 3 so far. It's a lot more challenging in terms of enemies. There's a lot more NPC AI enemy, rather than just sort of spiders and the occasional legacy. So it's a lot more fun in terms of that. It's a lot nicer just in terms of exploring. It's got better POIs rather than just boring little wreckages. Just all round, I think it's my favourite so far. But we're going to run around here. Am I using the right tool? Salvage, yeah. I get confused because it's a different colour on the multi-tool. So like salvage is red on the multi-tool, but defense mode is red on the survival tool. But I guess the plan is going to be I'm gonna run around and just collect up resources from these POIs, Have a little scan, see if we can find any underground resources. But we'll just grab the basic stuff around here. And then I think long-term plan for this drop is I want to go and find the hull vessel. I want to go and find the dart. I want to grab them both, and then sort of I have a plan for hitching one up to the other, and essentially going to tow it like a trailer. And I'm then going to travel around the planet, mobile, until I find, there you go, I've already scanned it, so I think somewhere over there. We'll get there eventually. And then when I find a nice place to set up shop, I will set up shop. And we'll then build our base from there, and we'll go from there. So, in terms of the rest of this video, if you like, it's probably just going to be a series of time lapses, maybe with some little updates in between, maybe not. Just realised I running away from that thing. I didn't finish because I didn't want to be mining it whilst talking, because I don't know whether you're going to be able to hear me or not. So, but yeah, that's going to be the plan. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, for the time being, we're going to take a quick break, because I can smell my bacon cooking in the oven and I don't want it to burn. But we've made our way over here to the large wreckage. We've got the stuff out of the personal container. Come over here to the damaged hover bike. I've already put the generator in it. I've got the generator down there, fuel tank underneath. I wanted to put a fridge straight down so that none of my stuff would go off. We've got the scanner up there. I don't know why. I think this container here is only like a half block. But we're just making a little bit of fuel up at the moment. I might go for another little run around, just grab up some more fibres, grab a little bit of wood. But then the next port of call is to go and try and find out where the Heidelberg is. Go and get the dart. I'm going to strip all of this down and build it back up from the core. Actually, so we'll do that now. Actually, I could probably make a multi-tool by now. I can. Well, we'll wait for that to craft up. Might as well just strip, because I want to salvage this anyway. So we're going to take everything off of here. Just leave it as sort of like a flatbed, if you like. I'm going to extend out the back on the bit. The back on the bit. I'm going to extend out a bit on the back. That's where I'm going to land the dart. And then we'll just drive this around until we find a nice place to set up shop. We'll get I'll put the small constructor down on it. We'll put a harvesting module on it. We'll get wood. We'll do everything that I've previously done in other videos. Hence why I'm going to time lapse it, because it's not anything new, exciting, or particular. It's just the bog standard basic parts. My favourite part of the game, but also subsequently the most repetitive part of the game, because it's the game I play the most. So yeah, just wanted to update on that. Making ourselves a multi-tool. We'll strip down all of the broken iron off of this, or steel plating, sorry. And we'll head to the Heidelberg, we'll pick up the dart, we'll probably strip the Heidelberg as well, and then we'll be back whenever I have something to update with.
Time was wrong to say. I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass. Time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
So I guess update number 1. Hang on, was that neodymium? Nope, that was just a normal rock. We've got some, you know, basic stuff together. We've just been running around picking up plant protein, copper. Broke down a couple of, you know, basic wreckages for some steel plates. If we just quickly have a look at our ship here. I gave her a steel spine. Kind of looks like a oh, what are the bombers in Star Wars? The original. Can't think of what they're called, but yeah, it's just got the basics at the moment. I got like 4 RCSs on it, which is really unnecessary, but without it, it was turning like that, and that was a bit long. But turns out 4 was a bit overcompensating. So, anywho, doesn't matter. We're just flying around now, trying to find the Heidelberg, however you want to pronounce it. And when we get there, we shall continue the grind. It's raining, so it kind of sucks for video quality, so yeah, back to it, I guess.
advance using technologies that interface with consciousness and that we can make contact as civilians. We do not have to wait for the governments to do it. The universe is really folded within each one of us. That the entirety of the cosmos is accessible to each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
I